Hey, guys, in day two's video, we are going to be connecting our pockets that will be able to hold our ID badges, gift cards, whatever we want to put in there, as well as starting to finish up connecting the outside of the wallet. So the supplies you'll need for today is your duct tape, ruler, something to write with, probably a Sharpie works best, your fabric from day one, and an X-Acto knife. So the first step of making our pocket fabric is I'm going to cut one piece of tape that is 9 inches long. I'm going to mark at the 9 and make my cut. Now I also need a second 9-inch piece of tape. So instead of measuring again, I can line up my pieces on the left side, roll out the tape, and make my cut. So now I have 2 pieces of tape that are 9 inches long. Now, similar to what we did in day one, we are going to stick the sticky sides together of these 2 pieces. I want to carefully overlap them so they're lined up as best as I can get them. Keep them flat. Now, if it's not absolutely perfect, guys, it's not a big deal, because in our next step, we're going to put a top and a bottom edge that'll help clean it up. So I'm going to cut one more piece of tape that is 9 inches long. Measured to 9 inches and make my cut. Now I'm going to rotate my board 90 degrees. This piece of tape that I just cut, I'm going to cut it lengthwise right down the middle. So that'll give me 2 pieces of tape that are 9 inches long. So kind of like we did in step 1, I'm going to put this so it's half on, half off. So if I flip it over, you can see how I still have sticky side overlapping. I'm going to fold that over, lay it down flat. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the other edge. Put it so it's half on, half off. Fold it down. Okay. So once you get to this point, you're going to want to just take one edge. It doesn't matter which. We just want to trim off maybe 1/4 of an inch or so, just so we have a good flat edge. We can throw that away. Now from this flat edge, we're going to make 2 pockets out of this material. So we're going to end up cutting 2 4-inch pieces. We have 9. So if you have one side that's more wrinkly than the other, we can kind of be thoughtful about where you want to cut these out at. But you need 2 pieces that are 4 inches. So I'm going to make a mark at 4 inches. Measured in 4 inches and made a mark. I'm going to slide my ruler over, measure 4 inches. I'm going to make a second mark. Now that I have those, I'm going to use my ruler as a straight edge. This may take a couple of passes just because we're cutting through multiple layers of tape. And this little leftover piece is trash. We can throw that away. So I have 2 pieces of tape or fabric that are 4 inches long. Now we are going to use those to attach to our billfold to make our pockets. So when we get going on this next step, the first thing you do want to make sure, if you have multiple colors, is what is your inside and what's your outside. So for example, on this finished billfold, my inside is all red. Then my outside, where it would fold, is red and white. And then this would be the inside with the pockets. This is what we're working on today. So your piece from day one, if I were to fold it like this would be the inside where your cash would go. And then this will be where our pockets go. So this other side would be the outside that people see as you put it in and out of your pocket. So first thing you want to do is kind of fold your fabric from day one in half. Try to get the edges lined up. They're not going to be perfect just because of the creases in the tape. Sometimes that lip actually looks nice. It's preferable. So if you have a little lip that doesn't line up perfectly, don't sweat it. And then we're going to be able to attach the pockets to the side. Now we just don't want to throw tape on them and attach them. We want to make sure they're laid out so we can actually use them. So we're going to cut one piece of tape that is 4 inches long. And then again, I'm going to cut this one down the middle to make 2 pieces of tape that are 4 inches. I'm going to take one of these pieces of tape that I just cut, and I'm going to take one of the pieces of fabric. I'm going to line it up with the right edge of my billfold. And I'm going to come down about 1/4 of an inch from the top edge of my wallet. I'm going to put this piece of tape along the bottom, just taping it to the billfold. Okay. The next one, I'm going to line that up with the right edge and the bottom of my billfold. I'm going to take the other piece of tape and put like half of it's on, so it's on the pocket, and the other half is just going to wrap around the bottom. Okay. So what I have now is I have these 2 flaps that will be able to hold school IDs, gift cards, whatever you want to put in there, right? Now we are not attached on these sides. So in our last step of the day, we're actually going to seal down this middle, and we're going to seal off the right edge of your billfold. So we're going to need one piece of tape that is 3 inches. My ruler, line up the 0 on the left side, make a mark at 3, and cut. I'm going to cut this into 2 pieces down the middle lengthwise. So I turn my board, cut it down the middle. So now I will have 2 pieces of 3-inch long tape. Now you'll want to grab one of these playing cards from the front of the room. This is very close to the same size as most gift cards. Driver's license is actually a little bit bigger, so it's really good to give us a little extra room for error. Because you can see right now, this card, we have space on both sides. What I want to do with the first 3-inch piece of tape is I want to put it down the side, just so it's taping the flaps together, and it's going just to the side of the card, but it's overhanging the side of the billfold. Now with this excess hanging over, I'm going to wrap it all the way around the billfold. So now not only does it tape those 2 sides of the flaps down, it also tapes our billfold together. I'm going to take my other piece of 3-inch tape. Keep that playing card in there. And then tape that down. If you have any excess that comes over the top, you want to make sure you open the wallet and then just kind of wrap it around the inside. So now we have 2 pockets that will be able to hold our cards. And then that is it for day 2.